So this is a fluffy week, and I never know what to do for like free weeks. So I just went through the other like old topics, and I picked gender fatigue. Um, I don't even know, like I haven't watched anyone else's videos, but I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about what I think that is and how I relate to that. Because I feel like personally, as a non-binary person who has struggled with mental illness for a very long time, the first after dysphoria, the second like most the strongest feeling that I have regards to gender tends to be fatigue and tends to be like just not apathy, but it's like, and not that I give up either. It's just like I'm so tired and I get so exhausted. And it's not even like an internal thing. It's 100% an external thing. I have to explain the same concepts over and over and over and over and over again to like sometimes the same people. And I have to ask the same people to use my pronouns, and I have to like explain like really fundamental, like easy to comprehend concepts that cis people are just so haunted by. Like they just really believe that it's such a nightmare, that gender is a lie, and that the gender binary is not real. Um, so like I don't even like getting into conversations with cis people about gender because they'll just spew out some like really ignorant like rhetoric from like 1941, and I'll be like, I'm sorry that you live like in this world, like that you make up this own reality inside your head, but it's not like that, and it's not like that for me, and that's it. Like, go away. um, I have had to just be like, you know what, like, cis people start asking me questions and they start like giving like arguments to like why the gender binary is valid. I'll just be like, okay, like we're done talking, because I feel like as a non-binary person, and especially as a non-binary person who struggles with mental illness, if I don't want to talk to you and I don't want to explain stuff to you, I'm not going to. Like nobody is entitled to like hold your hand and walk you through like basic gender politics or basic like concepts about gender. I'm not a textbook. I'm not like the poster child for anything. I don't represent any group other than myself. I'm one non-binary person in a sea of, I'm sure, millions of non-binary people. And I just feel like we are constantly bombarded by ignorance every single day. Um, and sometimes I'll just like smile and I'll be like, "Are you done talking? Because I'm done hearing you. Like, I don't want to talk anymore." Because it's so awful to hear like these people just go on and on and on invalidating you. Like they think that I think they're making a point by giving you their point of view about how you shouldn't be able to use this bathroom or why you should do your hair like this. And it's like I don't care. Like, so as far as that, I get really tired. It's gotten to the point where um I don't even explain myself anymore. Like I'll be like, I have a preferred name, and then people will be um like, were you born with that name, or like did your mom give you that name? And I'll be like, no. And then that's it. That's the whole conversation. And it's so freeing. And or someone, like little kids, they'll be like, "Are you a boy or a girl?" And I'll be like, "I'm neither." And then they'll be like, "What?" And I'll be like, "I don't know. Like that's it. That's it. That's the truth. The end. Like goodbye." Like, or I'll be like, "My pronouns are they them." And then someone will be like, "Okay." And I'll be like, "Okay." Like we got that out of the way. Like you probably don't understand what I just said, and I don't care because that's not my problem. That's yours. Uh, or someone will, I'll say something and then someone will say something to me regarding me, and I'll be like, I'm not a girl. And then they'll be like, oh, what are you? And then I'll be like, I'm non-binary. And then they'll like wait for me to continue, and I'll just be like, okay, like it's 2017. I feel like if you're not there's some things that you don't know about. It's not really my fault. Like, and that's like, I'm not Google, and I'm not a thesaurus, I'm not a dictionary, and I don't want to be. Like, I don't care enough about other people, especially people that I casually interact with, to be like, yeah, like, so did you know that the gender binary is fake, and did you know that gender is a social construct? Like, because I'm gonna sit here and use my energy to tell you no. Like, I have limited energy as it is. I'm gonna use that for me, and if you're not contributing in any way to me, then why do I need to be doing that to you? I feel like this is a very pessimistic video, but I think I really want to like stress that I love this attitude, because it's like, it's so freeing. It's like, I never explain myself. Like, if someone asks me to explain myself, I'll just be like, Google it. Like, get out of here. Like, I don't care. Obviously, unless like they're a close friend and I'm like confiding in them. But if it's like some random person, like especially at work, like asking me something ridiculous, I'll be like, we're done talking. Because this conversation is not making me happy, so why do I need to be having it? And that actually really happens a lot, especially when I meet new people. Or sometimes I just, it's a good way to like put my foot down. I've learned like, just the more, especially like as a person who's like read or coded by society as femme, I have learned that like, just like trying to justify myself constantly over something that I'm insecure about is gonna make it worse. You just have to be like, these are the facts. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and try to explain to you why or how come and since when and every detail about it. Like, that's just the facts. You know, especially people ask about my name a lot. Like, 'cause for a long time I went by my birth name, and then I changed it very often for like probably 3 years, and then I finally found a name that I really liked and that I wanted to stick with, and now I'm being more, I really enforce it more. I'm gonna be like, no, I'm sorry, that's not my name. My name is actually this. And then people will be like, oh, it's just hard for me, or they'll try to make excuses. They'll be like, oh, well, I just don't know you by that name. And I'll be like, I don't, like, okay, and then, like, you're still gonna use it for me. That's it. So I feel like being detached, I feel like the message that I'm trying to get across is like being detached enough to understand that like other people don't have to, of course, like if they're affecting your safety, then that's an issue. But if their idea of you, if you can make that as little, if you can make that matter as little as possible, you'll be so happy. Because really at the end of the day, you have yourself, and you have to go to sleep. You have to lay your head down and be with yourself. And if you have bad feelings, you have to deal with that. And if you have good feelings, those are for you, and they're not for anybody else. And if someone tries to make their bad feelings yours, you don't have to take that. Like, you can just not accept it. And like I said, I know that's a very privileged thing to say, because sometimes you literally cannot get away from people who are trying to hurt you because of your gender identity or because of the way that you want to present or anything like that. And that is really unfortunate, and that is something that I do have a little bit experience with, but I'm talking about like people who you don't need in your life, who you can cut off without serious consequences, or people who, you can learn to make some certain people not matter as much as they'd like. If you can do that, then you can, it's not about finding happiness either. It's about just finding comfort in your present state. And it's constant. You just have to really stop giving people power over you. Because I used to explain my gender to people, and then I would wait